Freunde der Sonne, wir gucken uns eine neue Reaction an. F1 wasn't ready for Max Verstappen. Ich bin gespannt, um welchen Fahrer es heute gehen wird. Und für die Leute auf YouTube, wenn es euch gefällt, Däumchen, Abo und Original in der Bio.
Max Verstappen, the sloth from Ice Age, Lewis Hamilton fans' worst nightmare.
Oh my Lord, Max! Oh my
Ist, wie damals alle gesagt haben, das sei Alex Albon. Es ist aber nicht Albon, oder? Keine Ahnung.
James Charles' best mate and the Vogue magazine.
Was sehe ich hier gerade? Was passiert? Chocoyote, danke dir für den Prime Sub. Was passiert hier?
Cover. Actually, that was Lando Norris.
Was passiert hier? Warum sieht Norris aus, als hätte er Boobs?
I feel uncomfortable just looking at this. Anyways, while you were humping a pillow at 17 years old, Max Verstappen was making his Formula 1 debut. At the 2015 Australian Grand Prix, he qualified 11th for Toro Rosso. Very solid for a rookie in a midfield wheelbarrow. And then his car shit itself. He pulls
Ist er nicht mit Sainz kollidiert?
off before the pit lane, debut ruined, and Jos Verstappen throws a kitchen sink at his wife Kelly. Around 13
Okay, das wird ein gottloses Video.
lane, debut ruined, and Jos Verstappen throws a kitchen sink at his wife Kelly. Around 13 in Singapore,
Damals gab's halt Kelly auch noch nicht.
he's already outscoring Carlos Sainz, putting that Renault power unit into the points frequently, despite it constantly wanting to shit itself. So
Und Kaje, danke dir für den Raid, Mann. Moin an alle, die mit rüberkommen. Schön, dass ihr dabei seid. F1 2020 habt ihr gezockt. Wie geil ist das denn? Karriere oder? Ja, moin an alle, die mit rüberkommen. Wir gucken gerade ein gottloses Video. Verstappen. Oha. Habt ihr volle Lobbys auch hinbekommen? Das wäre krass. Toll. Ah, Classic Cars. Nice. Nice.
in that Renault power unit into the points frequently, despite it constantly wanting to shit itself. So he lines up P8 for Toro Rosso, one place ahead of Felipe Massa's Williams. The lights go out and his car stalls on the grid. Gets pushed into the pit lane, and by the time he's out, he's a lap down and in last place. It's over. Race ruined. And
in einer Zeit, als Verstappens Name noch mit VES abgekürzt wurde.
Jos Verstappen throws the new kitchen sink plus a bottle of beer this time for good measure.
Kitchen sink!
Was gucken wir uns hier an, Alter?
But then on lap 13, Massa collides with Hulkenberg as he leaves the pits. The safety car comes out, bunches up the field, and suddenly Max is back in the fight. And by lap 48, he's passed Romain Grosjean for P8, and so had his teammate Carlos Sainz, who's now right up his The pit will get on the radio. Max, please let Carlos through. But this is 2015 Toro Rosso, not 2025 McLaren.
Hui!
So Max tells the pit wall to piss off.
No! Max, just do it.
And finishes P8. Next up, the US Grand Prix. The same year Trump announced he was running for president, Max lines up.
Wo geht das Video gerade hin? Ich verstehe noch nicht ganz, wohin es geht, weil ich dachte, jetzt geht es um die Erfolge von Verstappen, aber er pickt sich gerade random Rennen raus und sagt, ja, da ist er Achter geworden. Ja, cool.
On a wet Sunday grid. Still in a Toro Rosso, still an actual wheelbarrow. Turn 1, he picks the inside line, up to P7 already. Lap 17, he overtakes Vettel for P6. Lap 35, Verstappen closes in on Ricciardo and passes him too. His wheelbarrow is now running in P4, only behind Vettel, Rosberg and Hamilton.
Ja, das ist nicht schlecht.
Flying through the grid at the same speed Trump flew to Epstein's Island. Release.
Always stay hydrated, Leute.
The files. So to recap, in a wheelbarrow with a power unit that was about as reliable as peace in the Middle East, Max
Bro. Also.
somehow dragged it into P12. Not bad. Into 2016, Red Bull have had enough of Kvyat torpedoing half the grid, so they promote Verstappen.
Hey, Vettel war nicht die Hälfte des Grids, das ist Fettshaming.
Then in Spain, his first race, finally not in a wheelbarrow.
Wie viel war er hinter Ricardo? 14, okay.
Race finally not in a wheelbarrow. The two Mercedes of Hamilton and Rosberg played bumper cars on the opening lap. Red Bull put him on a 2-stop strategy. Ricciardo gets shafted with a 3-stop. We get to the checker flag and he's won the race. At 18 years old, the youngest winner ever. Your balls still haven't dropped and this guy's in the history books. After Spain, in a race wetter than Lana roads no matter what day of the week it is, he pulled off one of the greatest wet drives ever in Brazil. Half of the grid completely fucked it because there was less grip than a Poundland condom. On lap 69, nice. He fucks it around the outside, goes off the racing line, and nearly bins it, somehow clings on, and cuts back on the inside, finishing P3. So that year, Max finished 5th in the Drivers' Championship with 1 win and 7 podiums, finishing ahead of Raikkonen, who had very interesting business partners. He launched a clothing brand with Jesse James, this fucking guy, who was pictured doing a Nazi
Was?
salute, wearing a
Also der Vollständigkeit halber, ich distanziere mich. Bei all dem Witz und Scherz und sonst was in dem Video.
Waffen SS hat. Yeah, great business choice, Kimmy. Make of that what you will. I would never do such a thing, even if it was just for a joke. Next up, Austria. So he came 5th in 2016, then 6th in 2017, 4th in 2018, 3rd in 2019, and 3rd in 2020. Basically edging the championship for 4 years straight. Until the 2021 season rolls around. Mercedes versus Red Bull, Hamilton versus Verstappen, Toto Wolff versus Christian Horner. The conductor of this beautiful orchestra, the man,
Michael Masi, ey.
the myth, the legend. Michael Massey. The title fight was chaos from day one. Hamilton attempts murder, Verstappen attempts murder, and then in Brazil, Max channels the art of war. As Sun Tzu once said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need fear not the result of pushing them off the track, because the FIA won't give you a penalty.
So steht's geschrieben, ey.
Apparently no investigation necessary for running you off track.
Of course, man. Of course.
And then in Abu Dhabi, the final race of the season, equal points. The conductor Michael Massey's finest piece of music. By lap 53 of 58, Hamilton's leading by 12 seconds. Verstappen's got no chance until Nicholas Latifi remembers he's Nicholas Latifi. Barrels his blue tractor into the fucking wall. The safety car comes.
Ohne den Cinemas,
Remembers
was?
he's Nicholas Latifi. Barrels his
Kingsman. Ey, imagine, das wäre eine Verfilmung von Hamilton. Das wäre
blue tractor
wild.
into the fucking wall. The safety car comes out, not enough laps left, the race is gonna end under the safety car. That's boring. Enter the confuctor, Massey himself, wielding the power of free will and no peer pressure.
Why aren't we getting these lap cars out of the way?
Just give me, because Christian, just give me a second.
Lapped car.
Ja, ich habe meine Meinung schon sehr oft, gerade in früheren Zeiten, zum Besten gegeben. Das war eine scheiße Show und ich bleibe dabei.
To overtake the safety car.
Fuck the procedure. Safety car comes back in without the extra lap, and suddenly it's a one-lap shootout. Except it's not even fair. Max is on fresh softs, Hamilton's a sitting duck. But in comes the safety car, Max throws it down the inside, Hamilton fans start smashing tables, Joss's kitchen sink remains intact, and Max Verstappen wins his first Drivers' Championship, pegging Lewis Hamilton's 8th championship, and on that day, Verstappen was born. 2022 rolls around, new regulations, which means new cars. Mercedes build a piece of shit that looks like dough and can't qualify above P5.
And I've got to say, in all honesty,
It is the biggest piece of dog.
it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Charles Leclerc on pole, Verstappen challenging for the lead until 2015 calls, and once again his car shits itself. But Red Bull have the pace, so it's a straight fight of Ferrari versus Red Bull. By round 3, Leclerc is 46 points ahead of Max.
Banana
It's Ferrari's
Leclerc.
year. The Ferrari hopium begins. If you can't tell, we're here in the Ferrari cycle.
Oh Mann, ey. Ja.
However, Ferrari are
Okay, merkt euch das jetzt bitte für die nächste Regeländerung, dass selbst wenn nach 3 oder 5 Rennen Ferrari deutlich vorne ist.
Ferrari, and at round 6 in Spain, Leclerc's engine blows up, and now Verstappen takes the lead in the standings. At round 7 in Monaco, Ferrari double stack in his home race.
Stay
Oh
out,
nein.
stay out, stay out.
Das ist pure Emotion, was jetzt kommt, Leute.
Meanwhile,
Das waren starke Emotionen.
Verstappen just can't stop winning. And by France, Leclerc was just ending it all himself. Red Bull were playing chess, and Ferrari were playing Russian roulette with 5 bullets. Won his second title by the Japanese Grand Prix, so confusingly that the FIA didn't even know that he'd actually
Ja, Mann. Ey, das hat niemand gecheckt. Gab's jetzt halbe Punkte, gab's jetzt ganze Punkte. Selbst Red Bull selbst weite so, hä?
won it. Even Charlie Kirk's memorial had more pyrotechnics. Yeah, not gonna lie, that event was kind of weird.
Was? Ich hab grad...
Actually won it. Even Charlie Kirk's memorial had more pyrotechnics. Yeah, not gonna lie, that event was kind of weird. It's a funeral. Why is his wife walking out like a WWE superstar? That's not important. Moving on. Max won 15 races across the 2022 season, beating the record held by Vettel and Schumacher. An incredible record, surely it won't be broken anytime soon.
Ein Jahr später.
It got broken sometime soon. In 2023, Red Bull built a car so fast it doubled as a time machine. He wins the race in Bahrain by almost 12 seconds. 12 seconds!
Das ist jetzt nicht so viel, aber okay.
Perez has no chance, but then Perez wins in Saudi. There's hope for a championship fight. Natalie Pinkham says Max Verstappen versus Sergio.
Was? Wo kommt die jetzt auf einmal her?
There's hope for a championship fight. Natalie Pinkham says Max Verstappen versus Sergio.
Ach, Natalie Portman war das, aber stimmt, die Pinkman ist ja hier Dings das ist ja wirklich eine Formel 1 Experte. Oh Gott, ja.
Sergio Perez reminds me of Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton.
Ne, überhaupt nicht.
Sergio Perez convinced he can challenge Max Verstappen for F1 title.
Ne, überhaupt nicht.
So did he challenge for the championship after the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? No. No, he fucking didn't. Perez title fight lasted 5 business days. Max wins every race for the rest of the season except Singapore. An 86.4%
Bruder, was ist das für ein Bild?
win rate with 575 points. He could have won the Constructors by himself.
Ja.
Championship number 3 in the books, easiest of his career. 2024.
Ja, das ist das Jahr, in dem Verstappen ganz Großes geleistet hat. Und vielleicht schafft er es 25 ja nochmal. Boy, Mikwana.
At the start, things looked like another dominant season for Red Bull. Max won 7 out of the first 10 races.
Die 22 Sekunden hier bleiben unerwähnt.
It's 2023 all over again. Boring! But what nobody accounted for was the Red Bull downfall, which didn't start on track. It started on WhatsApp. And Christian Horner's dick pic.
Ich habe ihn Schwanzfoto Chris getauft für mich.
Emailed to half the paddock. And so McLaren, under the leadership of Dr. Eggman, stopped.
Oh, was ist das für ein Video, Alter?
To catch up. And thanks to Perez completely fucking it almost every single race.
You alright, mate? You can't park there, sir.
Red Bull lose $4,861,000 and the Constructors' Championship.
We're going to build the wall. We have no choice.
Luckily for Red Bull, Verstappen was inevitable, and his 4th title was in the books. And now we're in 2025. God help us. The year of the most boring championship rivalry ever, which a lot of people gave me shit for saying. Is that really a controversial opinion? This title fight is boring. So, fuck it. Let's read some of these lovely comments, shall we? Alright, we've got... What has made F1 not fun anymore are all these YouTube videos turning F1 into a daytime soap opera. Just let them race and the rest of you guys shut the hell up. Alright.
Warum heißt der Dave? Hör auf Dave zu heißen mit so einer Meinung.
Right, sorry Dave. I'm making a YouTube video on my opinions, mate. And then what else? We've got, what a fucking load of rubbish. We get it. You aren't old enough to remember pre-2021. This is a comment from an account with a Snapchat profile picture on the same video where I talk about Senna versus Prost and Hamilton versus Rosberg. Nice one. Anyways, as I was saying, the rivalry is boring. Suck it, Dave. Don't be like Dave. Subscribe. But
Hey! Hey, wow, was passiert hier gerade? Hä? Ja. Ich fühle mich offended. Aber ich find's gut, dass er gerade Tourismusik nutzt.
Max has won both of the last 2 races this season. If he can keep this up, there's genuinely a very slim chance he could actually spice things up.
Finally.
Some good fucking food.
What the hell? Oh my.
And I did some digging into why Red Bull are suddenly driving like their old team principal's dick pic wasn't on Google Drive, and apparently they introduced a new flaw, which blah blah blah, more ground effect, the car is quicker. And you know where else Max was quicker? The Nürburgring Nordschleife. Because apparently winning Monza, getting a Grand Slam in Baku, sim racing and neglecting your child isn't enough. You need to race in GT3 as well. Look at this.
Das Wildeste ist ja, es ist ja nicht mal sein Child da, sondern es ist das Kind von Danny Kvyat. Der hat Kvyats Sitz übernommen, Kvyats Frau, und hat jetzt auch Kvyats Kind, also...
In Baku, sim racing and
Moin, Mr. Fiete.
neglecting your child isn't enough. You need to race in
Jens, ich fahr das nächste Imster, jawohl.
GT3 as well. Look at this move. Max on the left sends it down the inside, takes a place into turn 1, insane. And then the next lap pulls the same move on an Alpine and takes another place, slams the door shut. Max is cooking. Wait, that's Nick
Hä? Achso, ich warte, Moment,
De Vries in the 6 hours of Fuji. And Paul the rest is in P1. What? Oh, Alright, okay. Found it. Right, so Max qualified P3 for his first GT3 race, driving a Ferrari 296. And if you didn't know, a lap of the Nordschleife is around 8 minutes long.
Nordschleife.
Which means the formation lap is also 8 minutes. It's so long that the broadcast run an ad break in the middle of it, and by the time we came back, there was
5,500 times speed, not
still
joking.
3 minutes left.
3 minutes away from the start time.
Are you taking the piss? Liam Lawson had less time than that in the Red Bull seat. Anyway.
Also ich muss sagen, ich find's sehr funny tatsächlich bisher.
So Max times the start perfectly. What else do you expect? Takes
Er wurde fast geheimannt hier.
wide into turn 1, almost completely fucks it off the road, but holds it perfectly and takes the lead of the race. And that's it.
Kartoffelnode, danke dir für den 19. Mann, danke für die coolen Streams. Danke dir für den Support, Mann.
Within 8 laps, he's 25 seconds in front, and within 19 laps, he's over a minute in front. Of course, he had a teammate who fucked up the 1 minute lead a bit by the end because of the traffic, but who cares? They won the race by over 20 seconds anyway. So Verstappen not only pegs Formula 1 drivers, but also GT3 drivers. Formula 1 definitely wasn't ready for Verstappen in 2015, GT3 wasn't ready last week, and Dave probably isn't ready for the video this week. Suck it, Dave!
Ich war kurz davor, noch irgendwas zu sagen, aber mit dem letzten Dave-Kommentar... Dislike. Safe Call. Nein, Spaß beiseite. Für die Leute auf YouTube, ich hoffe, ihr hattet viel Spaß. Wenn du so ist, Däumchen, Abo. Tschüss.